All right, week 3 podcast. Welcoming on Bryce, our third guest, I guess, third or fourth. But a very knowledgeable basketball player. If you ever get a chance to talk to him about it, he'll yell at you for hours on end to let you know how smart he is. But no, seriously, welcome to the show, Bryce. Wanted to start with last week's results. Surprises, and I don't think there were a ton of surprises, but if you just want to go through it real quick, if you don't have it pulled up, you beat me.
I've got it. Yep. Very aware. Congrats to me.
Congrats to you.
Congrats to me. It did help that Nikola Jokic decided not to play in the second half of a couple games. So that was an added benefit. But it was good. Looking at the results, we've kind of got 3 different sections. We've got the people at the top. You got Mark, myself, and Dane all undefeated, and then you got 4 teams at 1-1. And then you got the bottom tier, with a couple, at least one that we thought, which was going to be Ryan. But, Max has definitely got some bad luck.
Max gets... Max... I mean, obviously you don't play defense in fantasy sports, but he has given up the most points by far. So that 0-2 is kind of an asterisk, I would say. It'll be interesting to see what he does this week, for sure.
Back to last week's results, I think if me, Marcus, or Max were playing each other, we all finished within 2 points of each other. Marcus finished at 11:59, Max finished at 11:58, and I finished at 11:57. It was, and maybe that's reinforcing the point I was making with kind of, we've got a couple people in a handful of different tiers, but there's a solid group of people that are pretty up there, and some people a little bit lower.
Yeah, for sure. So Zach gets his first win of the year without scoring 1,000 points. That's an asterisk. The only team he would have beat is Ryan. He played Ryan.
Well, I was going to say, I'm looking forward to my bye week in week 6. Boy.
Do you play Ryan?
Yeah. That team is horrendous. It is a dumpster fire.
It's not looking good.
I mean, he's not making moves. He's making a few moves here and there, but...
I mean, the biggest miss
kind of pump the brakes.
Is Zion, who we're never sure if they're coming back. We got an update today that it's like, oh yeah, he's progressing. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks from now.
2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
That was the update 2 to 3 weeks ago. That's what I tell my boss when I have something to do that I'm, running behind on. It'll be done in 2 to 3 weeks.
Speaking of 2-0 teams, you and Mark play each other week 4. So not this week, next week. You guys played Josh and Neil. No offense to Josh and Neil, but you should win those games, right? You would think.
Yeah.
So you're heading into
-5 right now. I'm feeling confident.
That has to be the game of the week for week 4, though, right there off the bat. It should be 2-3-0 teams.
If we are
right?
undefeated, yeah, for sure.
If you are undefeated. Air quotes for some reason. Bryce, you have DeJounte Murray. Question: is he the next Russell Westbrook in terms of triple-double?
I'm weird to become a Spurs fan because the dude is killing it. He's an interesting character. He's like a 6'7" point guard. He's very wiry, very jumpy. There's a lot of bounce in his game. He's got the ball in his hands. That San Antonio team. I mean, it's funny. They've got 2-3 players that are worth anything, and you have one of them with Jakob Poeltl, who's putting up numbers. But dude's got the ball in his hand a lot of the time, and in our fantasy basketball league, that's worth something. So
for sure, he's averaging right now a ridiculous 8.5 rebounds and 8.8 assists per game. Obviously, he's getting the point stat. So he only has 1 triple-double so far this year, but he flirts with it every night. I mean, he's only 25 years old too.
Yeah, he's got paid too, so he's not running on any contract thing. But one of the things that's nice, at least watching him, is the rebounds he gets are real rebounds. They're not Russell Westbrook boxing out his own center to pad his stats.
Sure.
The dude balls. He's an exciting player to watch. He's probably the only reason that anyone wants to throw on a Spurs game. But he's definitely worth a watch.
So next Westbrook, or where are we at with that?
I mean, he's not going to average a triple double. I think we're
not
running.
This year.
I don't think.
But he's 25.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got time, but
does he become? So let's look forward to next year. Does he become like a top 5 pick if he maintains these stats?
I
mean,
know.
These are Luka numbers.
If the Spurs don't get anyone over there, then yeah,
sure,
for sure.
Why can't? Do you think he's someone you can build around?
Yeah, I think he's definitely somebody who's over-indexing right now. I mean, he's. I think there will be a little bit of aggression to the mean. I think he's kind of riding like this 4th-year kind of wave, and I think it's gonna. I don't think he's gonna vault himself into MVP talk or anything like that. And so I think it's tough to see him averaging. His jump shot's still pretty rough, and he's not necessarily someone who's like a Russell Westbrook who's willing to put 20, 25 shots a game. So I think his top end, ceiling is not there, and I don't think he's going to average a triple double. So I think his end numbers may stick around like 18, 8, and 8 with a handful, sprinkles of triple doubles in there. But I don't see him being a first round pick next year. I think he'll probably ride into that second round pick.
Okay, fair enough. It'll be interesting to see.
Hey, I'd love to be wrong and he turns into a first round pick.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that would help you on your way to
that's what you
championship.
want.
So speaking of over-indexing, you want to lead us into your segment, Bryce?
Yeah. So we've got each team's played about 5, 6, 7 games here and there. We've got a handful of people who have been playing above their draft positions, and a handful playing below. And so I wanted to go through 3 names on each side and get your guys' reactions of, are we buying this and are we selling it? So I'm going to start with number 1. Number 1, I want to start with Miles Bridges. Dude has been killing it. He's up there like a second-round pick. Kudos to Dane. I think he grabbed him with like the 95th pick or something. Right around the
I was looking at that today.
Yeah. I want to go to you, Marcus, first. Are you buying or are you selling on Miles Bridges, and whether, I'm not saying he keeps it up to this level, top 20, but, does he stick around here?
I think he's sticking around. If you heard LaMelo talk about Miles Bridges, that they're like best friends, and so he's just feeding him the ball. I don't think that's changing, and it's working, so why not? Let's stick with it. I think that's a good question.
They're 4-2, right?
I think
Yeah.
I think they're up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's working. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't watch enough Hornets or Charlotte games to have a real opinion on the matter, but yeah, if he has that connection with LaMelo, it's hard to see that stopping anytime soon.
Yeah.
As long as he stays healthy.
I'm going to say you guys are missing the Charlotte Hornets are a freaking blast. LaMelo Ball is one of the most interesting players that hits the court.
For sure.
And they're a fun team. I'm also going to buy. My opinion is, he didn't get that contract. He's in a contract year. He's looking for that extension coming up. The Hornets gave him like a 4-year, $60 million deal, and he's laughing to the bank right now with every dunk on his way.
No doubt.
And so that Hornets team looks real. I think they're going to stick around here for a while. And so I think he's going to stay, in that upper, couple rounds production for the rest of the season.
11th round pick for Dane, by the way.
That's impressive.
That's crazy. What else you got?
So one other one I picked out was CJ McCollum. CJ has been killing it for the Hornets. Shout out to
Zach.
Zach. He's playing like Damian Lillard should be playing.
Sure.
Yeah, we talked about him briefly last week too.
Yeah.
I want to say everyone said they'd rather take Michael Brogdon than CJ McCollum if given the choice between the two. So I guess I'm selling, given that. If I'd rather take Malcolm Brogdon, I'm gonna sell on CJ McCollum. Yes, he's playing very well, but when does Dame start to turn it on and start to get those shots? Is the question I would have.
Yeah. CJ
Mark?
sometimes fades into the darkness when Dame starts to go off. So it's like, when is Dame going to do it? Because he is going to do it. It's just a matter of time. But
Yeah.
it would be cool if he stuck with that production, but I don't know. He never does.
One of my favorite like thought experiments is Dame is like playing 3D level chess, and like he's pumping up CJ McCollum to try to get the Sixers to bite, and so he can be like, hey, like CJ McCollum's there, you can always take him, we'll take back Ben Simmons. And I think the Sixers at some point they got to do something with Ben Simmons.
That's a good point.
God, I hope that happens.
Yeah,
this will go viral when that happens.
That would be, right? First here.
Yeah.
That's not bad, man.
He would definitely fill some holes on that Sixers roster, with Embiid in the middle.
Let's go to the other side, Bryce.
Yep.
Instead of over-indexing.
So we're going to start with the one that probably hurts the most right now, which is Michael Porter Jr. Josh picked him up, I think, second or third round, and he has been a dud. I think he's well over 100 in our league of fantasy basketball players. What's your guys' opinion?
Go ahead, Mark.
It's just because Jokic is playing out of his mind. So I think Michael Porter Jr. is just like taking a back seat, which he shouldn't, but that's what it feels like he is. And I mean, if Jokic keeps going, I don't know if what he's gonna do,
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like he misses a lot of shots right now. So he's one of those guys, and I like to avoid guys like this on my team, but I'm in fantasy hell right now. But anyways, I like to avoid the guys that are going to take a lot of shots, and when they miss shots, it goes very poorly for you. Seth Curry is another one of those guys. It's just a night-to-night type basis with him. So we'll see. Hopefully he gets hot. Yeah. Nuggets damn sure need him to get hot. But I think he'll turn it around, if that's the question. I don't think he's going to average 21 all year, which I think is what he's averaging right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have very similar thoughts to Augi. He does two things. He shoots the ball and gets rebounds, and right now he's really not doing either. He's had a couple of rebound games where he's gotten up there, but there's been a couple where he's been under 6, which is a little concerning because he doesn't provide much else out of that. So especially as a third round pick, I mean it's not looking good. I don't know if he gets anywhere close. I think he's probably in that 5th, 6th round kind of area versus closer to second, third round pick.
For sure. Yeah, he got 12 rebounds the other night, and he got 7 points. He didn't even get the double-double, which is...
that sucks.
In fantasy, that's rough, especially in our league setup.
I got one more, and it's goes to your heart. Mr. De'Aaron Fox. I saw you put him up on the trade block. Care to share your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I asked Marcus during the draft, should I get De'Aaron Fox right here? And he said, yeah, I think he's going to kill it.
Yeah.
So Marcus is completely to blame.
Yep.
I'm assuming you were with Dane when that horrible trade request was sent to me. Dane tried to offer me Cam Reddish for De'Aaron Fox, to which I replied, LOL.
Oh, okay. So...
yeah, I mean, he's got to do better, right?
That is.
I mean, he's averaging 28 right now.
It really doesn't make any sense because he did really well last year. He was on the brink of becoming All-Star, so it really doesn't make sense that he's just sitting back doing nothing.
It's Bagley. It's Marvin Bagley. he needs Marvin Bagley there as his comfort blanket, and they're not playing Bagley, so
That might be.
got to blame the coaching staff there.
I told Dane to pick up Seth Curry and offer him instead of Cam Reddish.
There will come a time where I'll trade him for Cam Reddish, but we're just not there yet. It hurts, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And now a quick word from one of our favorite sponsors.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Hi, I'm Al Harrington, president and CEO of Al Harrington's Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man Emporium and Warehouse. Thanks to a shipping error, I am now currently overstocked on Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Men, and I am passing the savings on to you! Attract customers to your business. Make a splash at your next presentation. Keep grandma company. Protect your crops. Confuse your neighbors. African American? Hail a cab. Testify in church or just raise the roof. Whatever your wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man needs are. So come on down to Al Harrington's Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man Emporium and Warehouse. Route 2 in Weekapaug!
On to my favorite segment of the week. How far has Paul George fallen from the previous week? So if you watched the episode last week, I think it was last week, maybe it was week 1, Paul George was leading the league in fantasy points per game. He had 70.3 points per game. As of now, he doesn't have that. Hopefully neither of you are looking at the player rankings, but if you are, don't for a sec. I think, Marcus, you are. But Paul George, where do you think he's fallen in terms of overall points per game? Ranking system.
So I actually didn't see the ranking, but I see his points.
Stop looking.
Bryce, let's go to you.
Yeah. So I think I took a look. I've been monitoring.
Sure.
He's still doing well. Obviously not at a 70-point clip. But I'm going to say he's slotting in at right around 9 to 11. I think he's right around his average draft pick number.
Mark, I'll actually let you guess then.
No, yeah, that was a good call. About 9 or 10.
Yeah. So Paul George is actually still third overall in the league. So not first anymore, but third and
behind Giannis and Jokic.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I just don't see him keeping up that production. That just unless he turned back the hands of time.
This is why we have this segment. How far has Paul George fallen?
Yeah.
We'll do this every week and see where Paul George ends at the end of the year.
Okay.
All right. So I sent you both a note or something of what I tracked as the projected point totals for week 3. Mm-hmm. It'll be up in the bottom for the people watching the video. But Bryce is supposed to destroy this week, and basically how I get these is I have I put together something that I use to set my fantasy lineup accordingly each week so that it takes into account how many games guys are playing and kind of average points. So it obviously, like anything else, it's based off of how they've done up to this point as opposed to what they're expected to do. I don't know how to guess that. So what I put together, Bryce is supposed to destroy everyone this week. I think he has a number of guys with 4 games that are really good point scorers, but also the guys with 3 games are some of his better point totalers. So, yeah, he's supposed to kill it this week, and I'm at the other end of that. I'm not even supposed to get 1,000 points this week. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but based off of the projected point totals I sent you, how do you feel about where you fall, or do you see it being different than what I came up with? I'll start with you, Bryce.
Yeah, well, so, I maintain that, if Anthony Davis stays healthy, I'm winning this league. So I'm really interested to see who's going to win this league, because it's not going to be me. I go through the teams, and I really do think that I really love Dane's team. Mark's team, I think he's number 1 by a couple hundred. These all made a lot of sense to me. And so, I hope that you do better than Ryan. That's like my one. I don't know. That's but
we'll see.
Yeah, no. everyone's within 100 points, which 100 points. We've had players who have had 92 in a game, so it's still all pretty close to each other.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark.
Yeah, no, I want to say you're right though. If Anthony Davis stays healthy, you might just take it all because that Anthony Davis has won many championships in this league, or many people. I think Dane, Zach, I don't know, a couple of people.
That'd be interesting to audit. I'm not sure about that sentence, but I believe you.
Yeah, look it up. See, fact check me.
Okay.
You should have.
Yeah, go ahead.
You should have seen me. He went down. I think it was against the Spurs game, and I was like, "Cool, 3 games. I got 3 games out of Anthony Davis." That was awesome. He's like rolling on the floor, just cringing. And I mean, there is a tax having Anthony Davis on your team, where you're always checking the injury report. Questionable tonight.
Yeah.
If you have the player lit rankings up anywhere in front of you, take them down for a sec.
Oh no, I don't have them.
All right. So for this one, it's called Guess the Team, and it's of our 10 teams. So here's number 1. One player in our league has 3 players within the top 10 of average points per game. Can you guess who that player is? Marcus, go first.
Is it Bryce?
Okay, Bryce.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Very not close. Marcus, it's actually you.
Oh, no shit.
You have 3 players in the top 10. Bryce has 3 in the top 11.
all right.
Which was going to be my next question, but I saw, Bryce, you just pulled it up. Mark, do you care to guess which 3 are your top 3 in the top 10?
John Morant, Kevin Durant, and I don't know who else on my team.
Jimmy Buckets.
Is it Jimmy? It is Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets. So the one missing from that, who you would think, is Jason Tatum. So another guy not indexing as highly as obviously you would have liked.
Yeah, I think it's because he does take so many shots and misses. That is why he is down more. But
yeah,
he's
my
number 4.
My reasoning was that he's gonna play every single game. That's why I took him as high as I did.
It's true. Think about if you had not taken him. And also, it's early in the season. He'll turn around. But think about if you had taken... I mean, who was there?
I would have
Paul George was there.
I would have taken Sabonis in my 7th
in the
pick.
first round?
In the first round. Yeah.
Wow. That would have been... I mean, it would be
That's
worth it
what
so
I
far,
would
though.
have done, yes. But now knowing that I know now, I probably wouldn't have done that. But, yeah, that was what I was going to
Isn't
do.
he playing really well?
He is playing pretty well, but
You didn't even grab him with your 2nd round pick, so...
I did it because Kevin Durant was there.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, I'm not going to pass up on a 2nd round Kevin Durant pick.
So you could have got...
Even though I know you had him last year, and he was not great.
The end of the
Yeah, there
season
were a
was
number
rough.
of guys you could have taken there, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Paul George does continue on this crazy thing he's doing,
Yes.
imagine you took him there, how deep your team would be.
Yeah, that would be pretty insane.
Or you could have taken Zion Williamson.
I
You could take
could.
time.
I just been a sad clown all year.
Well, that's all I got. Do you guys have anything else to add to the show? Marcus, do you want to try and guess Bryce's top 3?
Yes. Can I?
How well
look?
do you know Bryce's team?
I don't know Bryce's team.
He doesn't even know his own team.
I don't even know my own team. I know. All right, I'm gonna go with Anthony Davis as being a top one.
Okay.
I know DeJounte Murray. And then the other one, would it be Cat? Is it Carl Downs?
Yeah, it's as easy as that. So Bryce doesn't mess up his draft picks, is what I've come to learn.
No.
Except for last year.
Yeah.
Hey, if I had the team last year from this year, Steph and KD are killing it. So
That's true.
That's very true.
But this is this year. That was last year.
Yeah.
True.
Cool, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on.
Yes.
We'll get this out as soon as possible. And yeah, appreciate you guys hopping on.